This is NDTV, and you're watching NDTV 24/7.
For the last 10 years, I've been reporting from India's northeast. A decade ago, when I came here, a young girl had taken a pledge to sit on a fast unto death against a controversial Armed Forces Act, which has a dubious record of human rights violations. For the first few years, she lived in virtual obscurity in a jail ward of a hospital, ironically named after India's first Prime Minister. 10 years later, she continues her fast from the same hospital cabin, detained on charges of attempts to commit suicide, but kept alive by force feeding by the government. Manipur, 10 years back, there was one girl, 27-year-old girl, I think, who sat in Malom for a protest. 10 years later, how do you see Manipur? Has Manipur improved a little? And 10 years later, where do you see yourself? And where do you see Manipur? Are you hopeful?
Why not? As for me, success is that very inspiration get by my surrounding. I mean, say positive inspiration for the upliftment of our society.
You know, everybody outside thinks that how has Sharmila, continued with her fast for 10 years? What is your inspiration, Sharmila? What keeps you going?
It's only my self-conscience.
Getting access to Sharmila was not easy. She's detained in a heavily guarded corner of Jawaharlal Nehru Hospital. To go through several layers of government and prison permissions took its time. Here was I, thinking, like me, for Sharmila too, is a rare interview, a rare opportunity to be heard by the world. The 1 hour, so hard won, was spent mostly in edgy silences, as if she was asking me, I am the living struggle, I am living my protest. What more can my words give you that my life already doesn't?
I just hope from the outside only repeal.
Only repeal?
Yeah.
Bound to her hospital room, Sharmila is freed once a year. What has now become a decade-long ritual in black humor. She is released for 48 hours on technical grounds and is rearrested as soon as 2 days are over. November 2nd, the year 2000, 10 people waiting for a bus under this shed were shot dead by the troops of the Assam Rifles. In the last 10 years, the overarching theme in Manipur has been one woman's resolve through a hunger strike to fight the Armed Forces Special Powers Act, which gives immunity to army excesses. Though the memorial of the massacre is covered with weeds and shrubs, she herself has become a symbol of resistance, unprecedented anywhere in the world. This is Malom village on the outskirts of Imphal. It has been 10 years since Ima Chandragani's 2 sons and a sister died in that brutal firing. 17-year-old Sinam had received the National Bravery Award as a child. He was on his way to a private tuition class. His elder brother Robinson, a teacher, was accompanying their aunt someplace. All 3 died at a bus stop.
Samilana tawribase aina tawba ngamaroidaba punsisida mana tawpiri